Thank you, Lord. I've been hunting for grizzly for 10 years. We go now. I had that bear in my scope. Every bait you go to, there's grizzly. The moose are really taking a pounding. And a mock charge.
Yeah, they're scary.
You need to knock it down.
Their aggressiveness toward humans, because they haven't seen people, just the remoteness of the area makes it more kind of high adrenaline hunt,
I was pretty caught up in the moment. This is destined to be the ultimate grizzly bear hunt. Say when. My name's Colorado. I've been hunting my whole life. Guiding, outfitting, and hunting.
Where in the world?
30 years now, I've made my living outdoors.
Somewhere in the outback.
We're in Mongolia.
Hello, Argentina. Right on the El Bicho. Red Square, Moscow, Russia.
Howdy, Colorado. Back into New Zealand.
Where in the world?
I just love it so much. I'm gonna keep on loving it if it don't kill me. If I had it my way, I'd take the whole world hunting. Where in the world is Colorado Buck? My favorite place. Right in the middle of nowhere. How nice is this weather?
I know, isn't it nice?
Fairbanks, Alaska. That's our jumping off point this week, and we're here to hunt bears with Grizzly Joe. This is when you know you got a good outfitter, when his wife comes out and hugs you and says, "Hi, I missed you, I love you." Now you know you got the right outfitter.
My name is Joe Latart. I'm Alaska Master Guide. I've been guiding for 35 years in 3 major areas in the state of Alaska.
Nobody's been out in this whole part of this world out here, just very, very, very remote.
So remote that the nearest road from here is approximately 100 miles away.
And so when you get into waters like this and into hunting like this, you get some of the best there is to be had.
There's no trails, there's no roads, nobody comes here. There's no reason to be here.
This is a true wilderness experience.
The area is known for its high population of grizzlies, and that population has built up over the last 20 to 30 years in a dramatic sense.
He's been working on it for about 5 years, and now, along with the state, he's got permits to bait for grizzlies.
Colorado Buck came here to try to harvest a nice interior grizzly.
I'm actually ended up being the very first hunter for Joe up in here and the baiting the grizzlies.
Hopefully our activities here will help bring back the moose population. This should be one of the top moose producing areas in the entire state, and right now it's one of the worst.
This is bear camp. Something's unrolled everything around, isn't it? That was all packaged up. Obviously it's gonna be a lot of work to do getting it set up. There's no cabins out here. Your tent camps. I am roughing it in Alaska in Joe's camp. Oreos, hot coffee, George Strait. That's what I'm talking about, cowboy, right
At least I'm happy knowing what love is all about. You'll always be a fire I can't put out.
Where in the World is Colorado Buck is brought to you by Norma Ammunition, precision ammunition for the serious hunter. Nikon Optics, trust earned. Nikon. Midway, USA. Just about everything for shooting, hunting, and the outdoors. Worldwide Trophy Adventures. The Mule Deer Foundation. Kenetrek Boots. Explorer Satellite Communications. And the Colorado Buck Special Edition Rifle by the Montana Rifle Company. This segment brought to you by Nikon Optics. Trust earned. Nikon.
Hunt along the coastline, from the coastline 100 miles inland, they're considered brown bear. And then from 100 miles in on into the interior, they're considered interior grizzlies. South Fairbanks. This is about as nice as you could ask for, huh? You know, remember when we was up here 2 years ago, and it was so tough? Everything that could have went wrong, went wrong.
Things go wrong in the great outdoors, you know, as far as sometimes animals move, sometimes they don't.
It was 110, right? Remember that? I'm like, wait a minute, this is Alaska. It thawed so fast, it was giant floods, and there was a town that washed the town away, didn't it? What was the name of that town? Eagle.
Yeah, no, it fell in the river.
That's what we were talking about. All the stuff that went wrong, it was unbelievable.
But I mean, you just got to stick with it, and you got to keep working. It's about working hard. It's about achieving a goal.
Loading up. This is page 1, fixing to get this thing started.
Things have to go on the plane in a certain order by weight and size. And so we're setting it all out now and going to decide what goes where and all that sort of good stuff. So there's always a lot of gear to send out, especially in the beginning. So hopefully we'll get it all out. We got the plane loaded. Jim's fueling it up. Next stop's camp. Bear camp.
So the area we're hunting is one of the most remote areas left in Alaska. It's an immense wetland of 9.4 million acres. The area I hunt is 4.2 million acres, which is my exclusive use area for guiding.
I was here the last time at this camp. I helped Joe tear it down, and we put all this together real nice and neat, bundled it all together, tarped it. The bears had been in it. The 55-gallon drums, all the stuff, all the bear-proof containers were scattered all over the place. Boy, look at there. Look how far apart. See here? This is the top teeth and the bottom teeth where they bit together. Nobody's been here since we were here. It's very lightly hunted. They just find it. They cover so much ground. They're all over the place, but they don't leave nothing unmessed up. Look at this. That utility stove.
They ate all this stuff up, but they didn't break the water bottles open.
Tore to pieces. It's gonna be a lot of work getting this camp put together. Moving in. Here's home. We're getting moved in. Mosquitoes are getting moved in. We got a tent, windows, all the provisions. I made a dresser, fan, and a light if I need it. Positioned right over my old head so it can cool it off. And then if I need it, there's my Grizzly protection device. Montana Rifle 375, Colorado buck fishing. The very first thing that I noticed, besides stuff being that the bears had been in and stuff scattered everywhere, was the claw marks and the bite marks on the trees. The big boards will go around and they'll mark their areas and mark their territories. The places where we got our tent set is the flat spots. Of course, it's right here. It just happened to be right here by the tree. Look here. That's a light-colored bear. A lot of the grizzlies are lighter colored. These trees through here was marked. I couldn't reach the top of it. And look at that. Bit that tree, just splintered it. That's a big bear. Pretty exciting.
Follow Colorado Buck and all his adventures on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Where in the World is Colorado Buck? This segment brought to you by Norma Ammunition. Precision ammunition for the serious hunter.
Later, Gare. What brought me here was a trip that I made 2 years ago that was here. I was actually hunting black bear with Sheridan, and we were sitting on some baits around the lake here that Joe's got. It's just one of the countless numbers of lakes. While we were setting up those baits, waiting on black bear, the grizzly bears just kept coming, and they moved all the black bears away. And when you see black bears that's been in the area that literally are moved out, and it bait after bait after bait, just grizzly, and they're not the same grizzly bear. You know, you got your trail cams that you can look at, the tracks, there's a lot of telltale signs.
And the moose population has been suffering for years here.
The decline in the moose population is evident, and you question the wolves. There's a lot of things to sort through.
It is home to the Athabascan Indians, and they still rely on the land for subsistence purposes.
Compiling all that information, sharing it with the fishing game, it's not just a snap decision. He's been working on it for about 5 years.
The State Board of Game took action, passed a proposal to allow grizzly hunting over black bear baits, and this is the first year we've been able to do it. It'll be a tremendous help for the wildlife population of the area, and to maybe bring some moose populations back.
This is a huge area, millions and millions and millions of acres. It's flat. It's not something that you get out and you glass, okay? You can see about as far as you can throw a pickup in most places. There's not a lot of shoreline.
You can't hike in this country. It's just so thick and wet.
It's almost impossible to just go out and hunt a grizzly bear, float some rivers, get on some lakes, but even on the lakes, because of the lack of shoreline, you can't see these bears. You can't find the bears even though they're there in great numbers. But by baiting them, you really get a good feel about how many bears actually are out here, the grizzly bears.
There's bears here right now.
You know, the baiting aspect of shooting a grizzly over bait is a good way to selectively harvest, a mature bear, and to be able to look over the bears and, know who's coming into the bait, what's coming into the bait. Is it a sow with cubs? Is it a sow that's leaving her cubs a little bit back, but then they come in later? And it gives you time, it gives you the time to look them over and pick the right one and make a good choice. So we utilize small rafts with small kickers on them and motor around the lakes to the different bait sites.
I call this the USS Minnow. It's a little bitty boat, and it's got a 2 horsepower motor, and I think 1.5 of those horses are asleep. But we do manage to get to where we're going, so that's a good part. It's better than walking, I'm gonna tell you that. That bait had been hit the first night that I was here and we went and set it. Nothing showed up. Sounds like the biggest, meanest bear in the forest, sitting right next to me. The next night, we sat there all night. Got cold, rainy. That was a long night.
Kind of an emotional roller coaster because, you know, you can sit there for hours and hours and hours and days and not see anything or no sign of anything.
Night three. Night three, ready to roll.
And you kind of maybe get in the back of your mind that, you know, there's no bears at all around.
Night number 4. So far, Grizzlies 4, Colorado 0.
So, I mean, you just always have to keep your attitude up, a positive attitude, and be ready.
Look at the size of this. The other baits were being hit. We found a bear probably, there's a claw way out there, maybe a 9-foot interior grizzly. It's unheard of. I love this game.
We just kept at it. We just kept, you know, sitting there and baiting it and checking it.
It's been 2 nights since the bait been hit. He's gonna get hit. We just felt it was. We gotta get in stealth mode now. The daggone grizzly bear weird.
Where in the World is Colorado Buck is brought to you by Norma Ammunition, precision ammunition for the serious hunter. Nikon Optics, trust earned. Nikon. Midway USA, just about everything for shooting, hunting, and the outdoors. Worldwide Trophy Adventures. The Mule Deer Foundation. Kenetrek Boots. Explorer Satellite Communications. And the Colorado Buck Special Edition Rifle by the Montana Rifle Company. This segment brought to you by Midway USA. Just about everything for shooting, hunting, and the outdoors.
So I try to always approach the bait sites as quietly as I can, and so I always kill the motor.
And as we're rolling in there, I got my binoculars out and just, you know how your anticipation, I could see where the bait was and I put my binoculars on him and there was an extra log there. Great big grizzly. Don't talk. He's on the bait, he's on the bait. Look at the grizzly. You understand why they call them horribilis.
And that's just a dominance thing, you know, trying to chase us off, trying to scare us off, letting us know that that's his, and he's not going to tolerate us intruding on it. It's kind of a false charge. I mean, if the creek hadn't been there, he definitely would have come a lot closer.
I was pretty caught up in the moment. And Joe's, let's get over to our blind and get our blind bear moved off. We got in there, got set up. I seen that bear bolt, and I I knew that was it. We weren't going to see it no more. And Joe, I'd look over at Joe once in a while, and he'd just grin and kind of shake his head because the bear will be back. And just like a ghost, I see a line of bright, shiny yellow hair, just shimmering and walking through the timber.
Closed captioning provided by Rocky Top Outfitters. Book your hunt with Colorado today at HeyColoradoBuck.com. We'll see you on the hunt.